Welcome back to the channel, guys. This is the 20th episode of my top 10 setups of the day. Before we get started, make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel to see more of these amazing setups. For our first setup, we've got this very simplistic and basic build from Joe Herner that still manages to look fantastic. This student setup includes two Dell S2421NX 24-inch monitors on a Vivo dual LCD monitor mount. Below the monitors you can see an awesome non-slip overlock mousepad, as well as a Harman Kardon Aura speaker. You can also see a very stylish and unique Neo chair. Our next setup from RugChop features this absolutely stunning view of a snowy field. We've got another two monitor setup here with a Skepta 24-inch monitor, as well as a Samsung T350 24-inch monitor. Below that, we've got a slick SteelSeries mouse that matches really well with all of the other sleek black peripherals that they've got. This setup is really sweet and seems fantastic with that view, but I would love to see a pop of colour either from the wallpapers or some wall decorations. Next up, we've got this slick work from home setup from Boulder SOL. It works in residential architectural design. That sleek monitor is a 32-inch HP Z32, which looks fantastic with those peripherals. Speaking of peripherals, they've got a custom Candy Bar V2 keyboard with NK Plus Kale Cream switches and the Mateo NT3 Susu Atari keycaps. They also have a Logitech G502 wireless mouse, Sony WH-1000 XM4 headphones, and a Coolertron 46 key macro pad. The warm cozy light mixed with the effective way that this setup is organised makes it seem like the perfect work from home area. Up next, we've got a super modern and abstract build from Format 32. The horizontal monitor is a Dell SG32220 GGF monitor. Below that is a stylish Goode Taurus keyboard with some colourful green and white keycaps that perfectly match the plant. This setup really utilises wall space for some super cool and unique decorations, especially with those adorable keyboards. I would love to see a bit more of those bright and vibrant colours on the monitors or even on the PC. This next setup from Clan Capital is large and in charge. For a desk, they're using a 10-foot butcher's block, and it appears as though that they've got very large speakers as desk legs. On the desk you can see one wide Viotech monitor, and above that is a super big 60-inch TV. I'm really impressed with the way that OP has a ton of stuff on their desk, but it doesn't seem too cluttered or messy. I'm also a big fan of the way that they've used their decorations on the wall to frame that insane TV. That being said, I would definitely recommend that they get some sort of mat to put under their chair so that they aren't rolling it on the carpet. Our number 5 spot comes from Slice89 and is any stock trader's dream. First and foremost, that impressive neon sign is a custom one from neonslights.com and is a great way to light up your room whilst also advertising your business and adding some nice decor whilst you're at it. To maximise their productiveness, the OP's got 4 monitors, with the largest one being an LG one. You can also see the super comfortable and stylish Secret Lab Titan chair. I do like this setup a lot, but I would love to see some small changes like possibly a different desk, finding a different spot for the LG monitor, and maybe investing in a mousepad. Next up, we've got this super futuristic and minimalistic setup from user Tramic. To start off, we've got our first set of Alex drawers, this time sporting a gorgeous acacia hardwood countertop. They've got a stunning 2-monitor setup with an ultra-wide monitor on bottom and a smaller Acer monitor on top. Below that are some stunning peripherals on a super sleek frosty theme with a Logitech mouse. On either side of the ultra-wide monitor you can see a pair of white Yamaha HS8 monitors that really help complete the setup. One of my favourite things about this setup is the great use of the white RGB and the cool white peripherals mixed with the warm light below the monitor. Our number 3 spot on the list marks our first RGB heavy setup, and that comes to us from user Kaicho2426. They're using a dark coloured desk with an IKEA Gerton desktop on some autonomous legs which can be used either as a standing or sitting desk. Keeping up with the autonomous branding, they've got a super comfortable and supportive autonomous ergo chair too. Up on the actual desk is a monitor that we don't see too often, in the form of an Alienware AW3418DW monitor that is nicely mounted to make up the most of what is a somewhat limited desk space. Directly below the monitor you can see a Razer Leviathan soundbar Plus and a pair of Logitech headphones, as well as a classic and Pro 2 keyboard with keycaps that match the great blue and white colour scheme. Not only is the monitor backlit with some LEDs, but on the wall you can see a great nanoleaf configuration that gives the room a soothing blue glow. Our next RGB heavy setup comes from Ice Red U, and they've got an absolutely stunning Vaporwave build. On the right of the desk you can see the classic IKEA Alex drawers, serving as desk legs, and on the left side it looks like they're using a Finward trestle legs from IKEA. Their triple monitor setup is done very well and is definitely complemented by that fantastic wallpaper, but I would have loved to see them mounted off the desk to keep it from being too cramped. I'm also a huge fan of the backlit pink RGB on the desk and the peripherals, but I think it could look even better if the monitors were backlit by either a blue or purple to match the monitors. Last but definitely not least, our number one spot comes to us from Tristan Talks Tech. This is one of the best desks that I've seen, which the OP has made themselves, and since we don't get to see marbled desktops too often, this one is a real treat. The insane monitor setup is actually a very well disguised triple monitor build. The top two monitors are LG 34GN850Bs, and the bottom is a gorgeous Samsung Odyssey G9 monitor. Whilst I'm not a huge fan of the wallpapers as it doesn't really match the rest of the setup, it does do a fantastic job of disguising the seam between the top and the two monitors. For their chair, you can see a super sleek and stylish steel case gesture with a very comfortable looking headrest. My only real criticism of this setup is that it looks like their PC is just sitting straight on the floor, and it would definitely be a good idea to get that either onto the desk or onto some sort of riser. And that is the end of today's list. Check out the description for a list of a lot of the gear that I've mentioned in the video. If you want to see more of these incredible setups, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss the next episode. Leave a comment down below on which setup you think should have been number one.